Hi everyone, it's Catherine, and today I'm going to do a video that I haven't done before. This isn't exactly a review, and it's certainly not an unboxing, but I am going to share with you a selection of items from a number of different stores. You're going to have to bear with me because this is going to be a bit of a long video, longer than most of them, and I'm probably going to have to do more than one just over the course of several days because there really are that many really amazing companies out there, and I have a lot of really great things to say about them. Now, there are some companies that I absolutely will not buy from anymore, and that's probably going to be its own video because I want to keep the positive videos positive and I want to keep the other stuff separate. So this one's only going to be about the positive today. And fortunately, I have far more good stories than I do bad. That's always a good thing. So I don't really like facing the camera. And I thought it actually made more sense to gather up a small selection of things that each company puts out. So you can kind of get an idea of, what they're like based on my personal experiences and see what they sell. So if you like what you're hearing and you like what you're seeing, you might want to shop with them. And something else I think that's worth pointing out is my words are not easily bought. That's something that I think a lot of people don't care for about me. If I think you're doing the wrong thing, I'll say so. And with planner companies and that sort of thing, I found that it's very cliquey, and if one person says something against a shop, it is shocking the way other people will behave, and I'm not about that. I don't like it. So if you're doing right, I'm going to say so, and if you're doing wrong, I'm going to say so, and I don't really particularly care who you are. So with that said, let's get to it. What I have in front of me, I have things from Mummy Lay, Couture Pens, Simply Gilded, Planners Anonymous, the 1407 Planners, Villa Beautiful, Chic Sparrow, Studio LTE, and Fir Yew. Hopefully we'll be able to get through all of them in this first video, otherwise I will split it into two. Okay, so pretty much what I have here is all subscription box items. Now, I do have some stickers and a die cut that I made with digital items. If you buy from Mummy Lay, there's different ways. So there are digital kits. They're available at any time. So digital kits, digital stamps, that sort of thing. She's been doing that for a very long time, but has only really gotten into the digital kits and that sort of thing recently. She started with stamps, so her monthly subscription kits do come with stamps, and the digital stamps kind of just make sense given that. And so this is a stamp that came with the monthly kit. Same with basically pretty much everything you're seeing here came from one of her subscription boxes. Now, you can buy the full-size stamp sets. That's a 4x6. This is a 3x4, so it's going to be a bit bigger. And in fact, I have a 4x6 set over here, so you can compare. You can see through it. You can think it's a lot bigger, but still, this is very generous. And these are sticky notes from past kits. Unfortunately, all these things are pretty much gone now, save for like the digitals. But I want to say that I have just been so pleased with my experience with this company. There have been some ups and downs. Shipping delays, I think, is the biggest thing, and the thing people comment on most frequently. Oh, they don't want to deal with the hassle, that sort of thing. But I've been with the company long enough that I know that when Lay is saying she's really sorry, she's probably sitting at home crying because she really is genuinely sorry. This was, probably 2 years ago. I had an issue with an order. It was my fault, but I called. I went on the website, found the number, and called, hoping that they'd be able to sort it out for me. And I'll never forget that it was actually Lay who answered the phone. It just kind of blew me away. And that is something that's important to me personally. I like to buy, and you're gonna see this with basically everything that I have here. I like to buy from small companies, family-run companies, specifically women, like female-run companies. Like even my ballet leotards, I buy from small companies. They're all handmade, and I don't care if they cost more because I recognize that that money isn't going to just feed some huge corporation. It's going to feed someone's family. And I think that's something that there's a disconnect in this society. You know, it's better to save those few dollars because you have to worry about your family. But if you don't feed into the community as a whole, you know, that pretty soon there's nothing left to go around. So when I can, I try to buy from small companies like this one. You know, this is a family business, and I love that. And anytime there's ever been an issue, I just feel like Leigh has been very honest and very genuine in her responses. And I've spoken to her like personally about different things. I'm the type of person that doesn't see an issue with contacting the head of a company, regardless what that company is like. I don't care if it's Target. I don't care if it's, you know, Mommy Leigh. Oh yeah, no, I will call you. I will find you. So I'm a little scary. So yes, I kind of love that sort of thing. And unlike some companies, there was an issue with like someone on a PR team said something, and that person was actually, they were in the right, but some companies would be quick to throw that person under the bus, and she didn't do that. And I thought that was pretty impressive because it's very easy to do, you know, and to just distance yourself from any level of controversy. And, you know, she kind of consistently takes the high road. So for me, it's not enough to just love the product, which I do. Have to love the person behind the company. So this is kind of what she sells. This is her style. And I like what she has to offer as a business owner and as a company. So that's that one. Next up, I'm just going to pull these over here. These are my newest floral swags from Fir Yew, and I was actually a repeat customer. These are about $18 a piece. So quality of workmanship, the amount of time that's going to go into these, all of that stuff. It's one of those things, I don't like to buy something I could make myself, but I will definitely buy these because, quite frankly, I will not spend that time doing this. And the quality really is there. They are worth every last cent of that $18. And during this last sale, I was violently ill. My morning sickness was particularly bad. I'm going on 17 weeks, and I'm only now just kind of starting to maybe see the light at the end of the tunnel. And people were commenting, oh, I missed it. Oh, I'm so happy I grabbed one. And we were going on the last day of the sale. And I said, oh, I'm a bit bummed. You know, I've been very sick, and I missed it, but I've got my fingers crossed for the next day. And the owner of the company, she commented on my post, and she said, well, if you can't get what you want, send me a message and I'll make sure that you can get what you want during the sale. And I just thought that was really incredible because I don't know that she even does custom orders. I had thought about asking prior to the sale just because I really had been that sick. Like there were a few days where it's like 5:30 p.m. and I still couldn't even sit up. I was laying in bed just sick. So shopping online wasn't really a priority. And these things were gone by like 9:01 a.m. And it's understandable, they're amazing. And I just thought it was kind of awesome that she took time out of she was monitoring her Facebook page, and it was a concern to her. Someone wanted something, they weren't able to get it, and she was gonna make sure that they had that opportunity despite what must have been an overwhelming time. The sale was crazy for a lot of shops. So I was really impressed by that. and I will be a return customer again because of that. Just that one little act of kindness, those things, they really stand out to me. And so this is a shop owner I feel comfortable giving my money to. And with me, that's the sort of thing, you know, if you show yourself to be a good person, I will keep coming back and I will tell everyone about you, because people like that deserve that kind of promotion. So yeah, then let's keep going. Let's pull these in, because I know a lot of people are probably interested in these. This is kind of the new company on the scene, Couture Pens, and I'm sorry, we're in my kitchen and the lighting isn't what it could be, but again, I've not been feeling super well, so running up and down the stairs and that sort of thing is not working for me. We're working with what we've got. I have quite a few from this company, and I intend to one day have them all. I love this company. I don't buy, these are actually in a Pen Gems case just because I haven't found something else I like yet. And all my Pen Gems are still sitting in the case. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those. If you have been having problems with that company, you might be interested in this one. I have found just the owner's attention to detail, ability to, you know, problem solve, to work with their customers, to be really pretty phenomenal. She's growing, definitely, but she's still taking the time to be as engaged as she possibly can with her customers. When I've had to contact her, she's been nothing but nice, and really I've not really had to contact her about anything. She packages the items well, and she is in Canada. I'm in the US. She's on East Coast, I'm on West Coast. What she's doing right now is she is driving over the border so that people in the US aren't waiting forever and a day to get their items. In fact, I am here in Washington State, and it's kind of funny because I ordered something from another small company in Canada. I ordered a pair of shoes, and it's just funny to me to think that if I had hopped in the car, I could have had those shoes in a couple of hours, and instead I had them shipped, and they went all the way down to, you know, San Francisco to be, you know, routed through the international mail sorting center there, and then sent up here. So it took about 3 weeks, and I just think that's funny, but she doesn't want our customers to have to wait like that, the American ones. So she's driving over the border, taking all this time and money and energy to do that when really she doesn't have to. Is it sustainable long term? I'm not sure, but she's making that effort, and I recognize that. So yes, and so far I've not had a single issue with, like, okay, so you see the crystals are stacked. These are coming from farther away than my other pens, and they're the way they're supposed to be. They're not this wild, jumbled mess, and that's refreshing. I'm paying $13 a pen, and she does offer a 10% coupon, but it's $13 a pen, and then there's shipping, and I don't appreciate it when, you know, you want it to look like that and it comes looking like that, She takes the time to make sure that the little plug inside there is pushed all the way up. There have been a couple when I got them I had to push it up just a smidge more, but yeah, she's on top of it, so that's good. And then I have a few things here from Villa Beautiful. Now she's out of Seattle, and it's so funny because, well, as I said to her on the Facebook page, it was a great first experience with her company because she put her items in the mail that morning, so they got sent out that morning, and I literally had them the same day. So it's pretty funny, like the post office she's using must be where, like, that's the Seattle distribution center that my stuff is always going through. So I had it within hours of it going in the mailbox, and it's so funny. So again, probably could have had it sooner had I driven, but I wanted it shipped. And I thought it would be worth sharing. These ones didn't get used. I'm not sure why. I'm sure it was one of those hysterical, you know, too pretty to use type things, but I will use them this Christmas. I can promise you that. My other kits, I don't have very much left over from them, so I didn't have anything to share. I bought from her some leftovers from the sugar plum kit. So that was these items were from that. And she threw in just so many freebies. I know it probably doesn't cost her much and she needs the space, but I really appreciated that. And any interaction I've had with her online has been a positive one. It really has. And her pens have gotten very popular, much like the Couture Pens. They're all becoming very popular now. And I have to say, she has really dealt with the influx of customers with a lot of grace. Not everyone handles that sort of thing well. Not everyone handles the I didn't get what I want, so I'm going to throw a tantrum online even though I'm 35 thing. You know, she's handled it very, very well. And there's something to be said for that. Like, this woman is professional and she takes customer wants and needs into account. People want more of these pens. She's doing what she can. She keeps everybody updated so that there's no hysteria. She really does do what she can. So I appreciate that sort of thing. And I actually ordered her July kit, I think it is, the mermaid theme one, and that's not here yet. I am very much looking forward to it though. Okay, so moving on. Here we have just 3 different sets by Studio LTE. And Kanani is not too far from me. She's in Oregon, and she's just a nice person. Now, it would be easy for me to be biased because she's actually from Kauai, which is where I lived for a number of years. My son was born there, and I still go back a lot. But really, she's just that nice. Anytime I've talked to her, so nice. And it's the same thing. She's interested in what her customers want, interested in what they need, and I don't need necessarily a shop owner to be super active in their Facebook groups, but if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right. And I feel like she does do it right. So she puts out a quality product and she is invested in you getting the most out of it too. So if you have questions or comments, you can ask, not feel dumb, and she's happy to answer them. And again, it's something that I really appreciate. And you know, they do a lot of sales, and they do a lot to keep people informed about that. It's the same thing like Feel Beautiful and that sort of thing. She does what she can to keep people informed, so it's not, what are we doing? What am I waiting for? You know, you're just trying to build up hype so that I can give you my money. She doesn't do that, so I do appreciate it. And I do feel like there are some companies that I no longer buy from who do that. The constant hype, and you can't miss it, and all of that. And I like it when companies don't do that, because it gets too stressful, and then it's like, you know, I just don't want to buy from you anymore. So I want to buy from you, Kanani. So there's those. All right, can we get through all of them in one video? I don't know. It'll be ridiculously long, but we can. All right, now I have some subscription box items and some regular items. This is Simply Gilded, and these are things that were in the subscription box, and these are things that were purchased kind of separately. She does sticky notes, washi tape, stickers, the pens and the magnets, that sort of thing. I think she's had magnets at some point that were like a separate purchase. This one, I've never purchased any of her magnets that way. They were all from the subscription box. Now, I can't say anything bad. I don't think there's a single thing bad I could say. I don't think I've ever had to email her about an order or anything like that. But this is definitely one of those companies where if you don't get what you're looking for, there is the hysterics on the Facebook pages. And I think we've all done it. I have been guilty of it myself to a degree. I'm 33. I think that that's pretty old for that. And there's some things that I just won't do. I understand how distressing it can be when there's something you kind of had your heart set on and you didn't get it. But I try to think, how would my 5-year-old respond? And then not do that. So this is a shop owner who is dealing with a lot. You've got a lot of people who want this product. And, well, that leads to certain stressors. Now, I have been getting the subscription box. I think I have everyone from the first one. If not, it's everyone from the second one. But there, you know, she's had to consistently open up more subscription spots, and I believe there's still technically not quite enough. So the demand is there. But Irene is a woman who says, okay, what do you guys want? Oh, okay, so you didn't get this, you didn't get that. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna figure out a way to make sure that everybody gets what they want. You see these here? At some point, they're gonna come back. I'm sure they'll come back. They might not come back identical, like this has been released in both pink background and purple. And same with this one. This one has been at least 2 different colors. You know, it was one of those things. I think the periwinkle was for the anniversary box. So many people wanted it. It was exclusive to that box. So what she said is, well, let's do it a slightly different way so that people who bought that box don't feel slighted, but everyone who wants that style can still have it. So that, to me, is important because she's listening to her customers, even when I'm sure it's got to be brutal because they're the people with the personal attacks and I'm leaving and, you know, you've ruined my life. That's a lot to deal with. It really is. I don't know how any one person manages that, but she does. And she does what she can to make sure that her customers are happy. Despite all of that, when she could just say, haha, I got your money, I'm gone. You know, she doesn't do that. She's like, what can I do to make it right? And I do appreciate that. So, you know, the number of different items that she sells or you can get in her kits. And yeah, I think she manages to hit it out of the park with her kits every time. And they're definitely worth waiting for. If you want one, get on that email list so that you can get a notification when they come back. They're worth it. And her washi tape is expensive, but it is actually really nice. And if you are like me and a heavy washi user, you're gonna love it. So as you can see, I still, like, this is from months ago and my stickers are still sitting here. They'll get used at some point, but it's the washi that gets used. So at least with me. Now, here we have, this is another subscription box. This company is pretty much only subscription. There are some things that they're called Little Missy. They're stickers, and they're like tiny little girl emoji stickers. And those you can get whether or not you're a subscriber. Everything here, you must be a subscriber. And this is kind of how their company works. So they'll do special limited edition Christmas kits or limited edition Valentine's digital kits. This was a B6 Traveler's Notebook, and it matches one of their kits, and you must be a current subscriber to purchase those special items. So they're subscriber perks, but they're an additional cost. I had some issues with them. It was my first ever box, and there was a picture of a dress. Some countries will call it a frock exclusively, and other countries, it doesn't. In the US, there are certain things I would call a frock, certain things I would not. There are certain types of like men's coats that I would refer to as a frock coat, and other coats I would not. It is my understanding that it is a more common term overall in Australia, where this company is based. And the die cuts and stickers said, frock me baby. I can't have that in my planner. The time my son was attending a Christian preschool, I can't open that at the school and have that be there. There are some of my family members and friends who would not take too kindly to something so objectionable in there. So I contacted them. I'm like, is this going to be an ongoing thing? Because if it is, I love your product, but I can't be tossing stuff every month. And they're like, you know, we really appreciate the feedback. Every now and then, well, you know, we'll try a little something. And, you know, if people are saying they love it, we'll keep it. If people are contacting us and saying, no, we can't have that, we're gonna, you know, we're not gonna do that. And so we do appreciate that you contact us about this stuff. And they were nothing but gracious. And since then, there's actually been nothing that would be even borderline objectionable. And I do appreciate that, because I feel like when you have a company like this, because this is a little different from, I think, some of the other planner companies, the products that they put out, they would appeal to not just planner people. They do have some stickers that are kind of very planner specific, but the overall majority, like these are washies from 2 different kits. This is what their stamp sets are like. They're a full-size stamp set. Card makers, scrapbookers, planners, all of them. This is a kit that would appeal to a broad range of crafters. So I do appreciate it when they keep it a bit more neutral like that, because then it means everyone can use it. And I'm not a prude by any means, but it is one of those things where it's like I kind of need to be thinking it's not just me who is enjoying and seeing these things. So I do need to think about my audience as well. And they include these really gorgeous pens. The quality is the same as the Couture pens and other pens like this that you might be familiar with. They've started engraving their name on the clip. And yeah, oh, and I had a pen arrive damaged, and it was actually the first pen I'd ever gotten from them. So I was a bit bummed, and I sent them a picture, and they're like, oh, well, we see that very clearly. No problem. And to make up for it, they're like, well, can we send you a replacement in your next box? Because it is coming from Australia and I'm in the US. And I said, absolutely, that's not a problem. Thank you so much for that. And they sent me a full sticker kit that coordinated with that next month. So I really did appreciate that. And I said, you know, was that put in by accident? You know, oh my gosh, that's like a $25 item. And they said, no, that was because, you know, you contacted us and you were so great. I'm like, no, you were great. So, you know, just, I really love the company. And again, I had an issue. Where are the digitals for this? Can't find them. They made sure I got them. And I knew that they would. Like, I had no hesitation about emailing the company, and that's important to me. I don't want to feel like I'm being a nuisance to a company when I contact them about an issue, and I never do when I email this company. The first time I didn't know what to expect. And the second time around, I was like, they're gonna sort it. And they did. And Michael, I believe, is the husband, and Sammy, the one who is, you know, the artist, creates all the artwork, she is the wife. So it's another family business. And basically everything here is a family business. So I love it. All right, now, just for the sake of this video is already at 30 minutes. I'm gonna stop right here, then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do a few more, and then that's gonna be it for tonight. And I'm probably still gonna have to do more videos because there really are that many great companies out there. All right, so I will see you all in a little bit. Bye.